Hi everybody, it's Christine at CLAldridge Art. I am an artist. I am the artist who drew this particular book, and I am here with a new episode. I did this using the Tritone Koh-i-Noor pencils that were so kindly gifted to me by Sandy over at Color Creatively, who did a series of drawings from another of my books using the tritones that I admired so much. She thought she'd send me a set to give them a try. I did that live last Sunday during the show, and this is the final result. This picture is from my book, Flowers and Flyers, and can be found there. It is the tanager, a yellow or a scarlet tanager, or a western tanager, actually. Of course, sitting on a wood table with a basket of strawberries and a brick wall and all that. The brickwork, the table, and the basket, the leaves, the background, the roses, and these leaves were all done with the Koh-i-Noors. The only thing I really did with Prismacolor pencils is the wings on the tanager and the strawberries. Otherwise, those Koh-i-Noors were wonderful. This is actually, the black is watercolor marker, or watercolor, water-based markers, and the woodwork is, once again, the Koh-i-Noors, the inlay. And I just simply love the way that this one turned out. So the title of this video is A Finish, a Start, and Awesome Happy Mail. So let's get, this was the finish. So I wanted you guys to see that. There's two starts, actually. This is, I had said that I was probably going to be putting a dragon in the frame that I finished the other day on another video, last week's video. And so I've just sort of begun sketching out a little bit of what that dragon's going to look like. So I've started that. Another one of the wonderful Happy Mail gifts that I received from a lady who wants to remain anonymous. And I did, by the way, identify that it was her that sent this, along with the Arteza gouache. But I've also started this, once again, with the Koh-i-Noors. I've done that using the woodwork, or for all of the tree, and of course the leaves. I'm using almost all of the greens, and I'm also using several of the dark shades of the Prismacolors. I've got the Espresso and the Sepia, also the Peacock Green and the dark green that I'm using to work on all of the, the green grass and the leaves and all of that. So this is from Fantastical Dragons, and I love that book, and it's very cool. So, starts, and on to wonderful, wonderful Happy Mail. Now, I have managed to figure out that somebody let a cat out of a bag, that I had a 60th birthday coming up. And I apparently, the coloring community is just amazing. Look at what arrived. This is the Royal and Langnickel gouache that was also on my list. Since I'm going to be new to gouache, I did want to try out a couple of brands, and I want to thank, and she has given me permission, all of these things that arrived, with the exception of one, arrived from the same lady. Deb, thank you. You are absolutely amazing. The coloring community is absolutely amazing. And you guys touch my heart every day. So thank you. These are beautiful. Sorry. And I can hardly wait to try them. They are similar in that they have the same types of colors that the Artizas had. Sorry. And let me just grab those out. So these are the Artizas, and these are the Royal and Langnickel. Now, I'm not familiar with this company. It is a UK company, and but I've seen marvelous reviews on these as well. So it'll be interesting to try these two brands head to head. As you can see, they also come in the 4-ounce tubes. They have a slightly different cap, one that actually did not shake out of its spot like the other ones did, but aren't the colors beautiful? And so I will be doing a head-to-head swatch comparison, color for color, and we'll do some painting with these, but not right this second. In addition to, as if this was not generous enough, the price point on these, by the way, is pretty good. She also sent, and this is Deb Weaver, by the way, I should clarify that, and she also sent these absolutely wonderful detail brushes. Now, these were on my list. They don't have a particular brand name. They were made in China, but they also have good reviews. I've seen them used, and what I really liked about them, and I do want to finally, I've had these things, by the way. They started arriving on Monday, but this is the first opportunity that I've had to sit down and actually do a video. These, what I like is that, well, actually, is that they are ergonomically friendly. I like and I saw these, sorry, I saw brushes like these used over at the Art Spirits. Excuse me. And, I mean, look at how fine that is. That is a super, super fine detail brush to be able to do really amazing fine work. And as you can see, they come in a, this is where my 60-year-old eyes turn into a problem. trying to thread things like that. They come in a variety of sizes. So this is the number 10. This is the 5. This is the 3. I believe this is the 0. And this is the number 2 brush. So the number 2 brush is, of course, a larger brush. Now, I do not know if these are Teflon or natural hair, but I do know that I am going to really enjoy. See, that one was easier to see. When you're putting those back on, and you probably shouldn't put them back on, but try and be careful not to catch any of the hairs, because if you bend them back, you can't really get them to go back in the thing. So I've got paint, I've got brushes, Then, as if that were not enough, these people are just, Deb, you are just amazing. You are just amazing. Look at that, guys. I am all set up for pastels. I didn't have any pastels. I have not used pastels. I credit the enabling these onto my list wholly to Lavelia over at Lavelia's Coloring. She has shown that that this set is absolutely perfect for doing backgrounds, for just pretty much anything that you want to do. I have not opened these, like I said. Now, I have seen people who use pastels use the kneaded erasers. So that is how those made it on, well, and the fact that I love the idea that you can knead them and do all of that. And then, of course, the workable fixative. Now, I put this on my list because I tried hairspray in my swatch book when I wanted to set some, what were they? Not the, here, these. These right here. No, not those. Where is it? There they are, the Pearl X pigments. And when I did, I set these with hairspray. I set something in my book with, I set something in, maybe it wasn't those. At any rate, the hairspray caused the ink to run. And that's why I put the workable fixative on my list, is because the hairspray caused it to run. It might have been a picture that I was working on. At any rate, that's how that ended up happening. But it is perfect, of course, for pastels. So without further ado, let me show these to you. The Mungyo is a budget variety, or a budget item, because you guys are so generous that I will not put the super expensive stuff on my list, because I just don't want you to spend that money. I want you to spend that money on yourselves. And beside which, I don't know how to use these. So super expensive tools would be wasted on me. Give me super expensive pens, drawing pens, those I love, but the the coloring supplies. And look at this, it's got an outer sleeve, an inner sleeve. These are just so beautifully packaged. And look at all these colors. Oh my gosh, they are just amazing. Absolutely amazing. There's the black and white up there at the top. And I think that that's just, the white is probably a little dirty because it's got, some of the colors have just sort of worked their way over to it. But look at how amazing are these pastels. Look at all those gorgeous colors. Absolutely incredible. They are small, and they're meant to be, because pastels go a long, long way. You can use them in a variety of ways. I saw Sandy over at Color Creatively use hers with just a cotton pad. One of the inexpensive cotton rounds that you can get for $1 over at the dollar store. And that's what she used. She used cutouts where she had made cloud stencils, basically, out of drawing a cloud shape on a piece of cardstock, and then using the pastels with the applied with the cotton round to create backgrounds. And I was just fascinated. So I am so looking forward to giving these a try. Once again, these are from the marvelous Deb Weaver. Deb, thank you so much for all of these. Now, as if these items were not enough, in the same package arrived this. Now, you go, well, what the heck is that, Christine? This is gum arabic. And anybody who has watched Lindsay over at the Frugal Crafter will know that she has shown us how to make our own watercolors, and using gum arabic as the binder for the pigment. Well, this is by Jacquard, and the reason why I put this on my list is because I have a number of these bottles of Jacquard Pearl X pigments. Now, these are dry powders. This also is a dry powder. And I wanted to make my own coloros, or the pearlescent watercolors. And because these are what I have these, and these are the price point on these guys. This was back when I was doing polymer clay, and the price point on these is fairly expensive. I think a bottle of this is around, I want to say $11 now. It could be less. It could be less. It's actually much more cost efficient because, like I say, it goes a long, long way to buy the kits that are in this size. Because you can get like a whole package of like, I don't know, 12 different colors of the Pearl X powders at a much more reasonable. These are the big ones, because I used to go through it, quite a bit of it, because I would paint it on the polymer clay. I would use it dry, and it would turn metallic. But in order to make watercolor paints out of it, you can put it, and I showed you that just now, you can use it as with just water. And that's all this is. And that is why I wanted to set this with hairspray. You can use it with just water, but it works better and doesn't rub off at all if you use it with the gum arabic. So that is why I put that on my list. Thank you, Deb, for sending that. Do you remember the Happy Mail that I received last week? There were 2 items that I had been unable to identify who sent them. I did later get a confession that they were also from the lady who wishes to remain anonymous. And she said she didn't want me to freak out that she was sending me all of these things. And there was one other item that she did say would be coming in on Monday. And here it is. Look at this. We'll pet the book. We'll do an ad from A Colorful Life, and we'll pet the book because I absolutely love this book. I love this book. There is nothing about this book I don't love. It's amazing. I've seen this, and this was 100% enabled by May. May at May Brox's channel. And then I saw it also over on the Art Spirits. I probably saw it first on the Art Spirits, but I didn't take it seriously until I saw May at it and the wonderful things that she was doing in it, because you know she's done a whole sketchbook full of the lessons in this book. And this, of course, these things will make me a better artist. I mean, that is the bottom line. The things like this will make me a better artist. And if I can be a better artist for you guys, that is all I am ever going to ask from the world. You know, these are just amazing. One thing about it is they are simple sketches, which speak to an artist who does coloring books, because I can look at things like this and it gives me an idea of, you know, sort of simple line work, as well as informing me about about, of course, the application of color, which is what watercolor is all about. But it also tells me, it really sort of informs how much detail do you really need in a sketch before a colorist can't color it, or before you have to have a degree in art to be able to work on things. And so from a purely learning to watercolor paint is absolutely important to me, but also the whole concept of line art is also informed by books like this. So, because I don't want to create things that are so detailed that people go, oh, that's too many tiny spaces for me. And likewise, I don't want to create things that are so wide open that, you don't know what to do with them. So I am just absolutely thrilled with Watercolor with Me in the Forest by Dana Fox. It's got beautiful, if you choose to do the lessons in the book, you can. The paper is watercolor, it looks like watercolor paper. If not watercolor, then at least multimedia paper. And it is simply fantastic. Deb, thank you. Deb Weaver, everybody. Amazing. Or not Deb Weaver. This is anonymous. Please let me say your name. Please let me say your name. Anyway, okay, now. Then, as I was preparing to do this video yesterday, there was a knock on the door, and it was not Kenny, but it was from Kenny. And I have to get up because Miss Kenny has sent me birthday gifts. Now, Miss Kenny, I should tell you, has been altogether, she's amazing to the artist. She's amazing to the coloring world. She's just amazing. She's an amazing human being. And I very much hope that today that she had a lovely day. And I won't say why, but I hope that she had a lovely day. And happy birthday, Christine. And look what's in here, guys. I left them in the wrapping. I did. I admit I unwrapped them. I did. I know what they are. But I said that was talking to May earlier, I said there were two things that would make her smile. The first one was the Dana Fox book, and here's the second one. Look, May, I have my own set. I have my own set. Sorry. I have my own set of the Inktense Paint Pan travel set. There are, and I counted them, there's like 6 colors in here, guys, that are not in my 72 set. And I verified that. I went through my swatch book because I had the 72 set of the Inktense, which is the entire set. And the numbers are different. They fall in between. So these have this is the travel set of the Derwent Inktense. Now, at first I felt guilty about putting these on my list because, as most of you know, I rarely leave the house. I rarely travel. I won't say I never travel. I do travel sometimes, but I just rarely travel. So I thought, well, I've got the pencils. I don't really need the travel set. But it made my list because of all of the colors that are not in the regular set. And those are the mango, the dark plum, the mid ultramarine, so that's 3. The racing green is 4. Kiwi is 5. The burnt yellow ochre is 6. And the natural brown is 7. There are 7 colors in this set. This is the number 1 set, by the way. There is apparently a number 2 set that has been released that also has some additional colors, but I think only 2 or 3. But this is number 1, which has the biggest amount of the biggest. And I am so thrilled. Kenny, thank you so very much. Of course, it's got a little travel brush. That doesn't work, but, you're not supposed to do that. It's got a little travel brush that comes with it, and so you can just take it out to the park with you, or to, if you're traveling, you just put a book and these in your travel bag, and you are absolutely set to go. And of course, it comes in its own little tin. The little things can be replaced, and it's amazing. It is absolutely amazing. Kenny, thank you. Thank you so very, very much. Now, as everybody knows, I do collect the dragon books. There was only one that was left on my list. And so you know, our Miss Kenny, this is, of course, Raven Phelan. I believe that she is, let's see if I can get the whole thing in here. I believe that she is Australian. She has the same publisher as Jasmine Beckett Griffith. So these books are laid out the same way. I love that it has a removable dust cover, and this is Raven Phelan, by the way, and yeah, she's an Australian alchemist, artist, and author. Alchemist? Ooh, an alchemist, artist, and author. Okay, wow. And this book is so new that it's like tough to open. Now, I'm sure that there are lots of you who have seen flip-throughs of this. It is just amazing. It is, of course, y'all know that I do love the dragons. What I love about this is it's got more than just the traditional dragons in it. I mean, it's got lots of those, excuse me, but it is Dreams of Dragons and Dragonkin. So it's also got Dragonkin in it. You know, so there's the bird. And there's like a half wolf, half dragon. Mistweaver. This is the Keeper of Wisdom, which is another kind of bird and dragon. Another dragon wolf, the Sky Singer. And a more traditional dragon. But these are just simply amazing. This one is called We Are All Connected. And, you know, look at the girl, and it's wrapped around the girl and around nature and butterflies and around trees, and bringing it all together is the dragons. From an art point of view, this is the crowning glory of the dragon books. And I simply love it because she's speaking messages in this book. And, you know, the woman and the dragon and the kinship between the two, it's just, you know, it's an ancient being. She's not a young woman. You know, it just amazing. The dragon squirrel. I love the dragon squirrel. That is a winged dracolope, by the way. And, you know, the waterfall and the tears feeding the waterfall, you know, coming down. Just amazing, amazing. Every single drawing in here is the Cobra Dragon. I love that. That's the Naga Transforms. And I may have to work out some skin tone coloring, guys. Look at that. Just gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous art. Thank you, Kenny. Thank you so, so very much. I absolutely love this book. And now notice that everything is also gift wrapped. Then, Kenny, I love you, by the way. I mentioned the other day somewhere, probably in a stream, maybe on my own, that I would really love to find one of those porcelain palettes. You know, the porcelain pan, like Dee Dee has. And this came with a note. Kenny said, if it's too big, you know, we can send it back and exchange it. And as far as I'm concerned, in a palette, there's no such thing as too big, because that way you can work on, you know, one drawing, you can mix your colors over here. If you're working on something else, you can mix them over here. So I just think that this is the best. This is simply the best. Look at how beautiful this porcelain tray is, by the way. Do not worry about that. Oh, that is just a spot. So, it does say that if these do chip, and they do, you should all know that a porcelain tray like this will chip if you drop things on it. That's not a design defect. They are, natural chipping may occur. This is not a defect. See, they even put it on here. But anybody who has porcelain trays like this, and I used to have one, knows that they will chip if you drop your utensils or whatever. This is a butcher tray. Basically, they used to use these in butcher shops to put the meat on. And when butcher shops, how many of us actually shop in a butcher shop anymore? We are all buying prepackaged, meats from the grocery store. Very few grocery stores have an in-house butcher anymore, unless you go to one that is specifically designed that way. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't get a butcher. They just don't usually have a butcher standing behind the counter anymore. There are butchers in the stores, oftentimes, but sometimes you have to wait and go in on a specific day of the week. So, I now have this gorgeous, gorgeous palette in which to put all those lovely paints that I have received. And I am just so totally blown away. I really am by the generosity of the art community here on YouTube. Please know that I never ever take anything like this for granted. It is all so special, and I can hardly wait to put these things to work and show you, what you've enabled. And because like I said, you all every day, by the things that you color, by the things that you collect, by the books that you love, you inform me as an artist to what you want, to what you like, I get to know little bits about you through social media that I wouldn't otherwise know. And, we send our hearts out to each other when there's trouble in our lives. And this is just an amazing, amazing place to be, everybody. It is just an amazing place to be. We celebrate each other's triumphs, and we commiserate each other's losses, and that is just, it is just absolutely amazing. I won't pull in everything, but thank you to this community from the very bottom of my heart. And until we meet again, please color something pretty, and hopefully make sure it's in one of my books. And I will talk to you soon. I will probably be back this week still with another coloring video, because I want to continue a little bit on this and just to do some shading over here, even though this is not a book that I drew. And once again, if you like today's, let me find the right screen. If you like my picture, this is the book that it came from, Flowers and Flyers, and I did use the Kohinoor Tritone pencils, which I can highly recommend. By the way, there are links for all of these things that I have received down in the description. Anything, we do earn a few cents for anything that you choose to get using our links, and that does help to keep the lights on and the computer running and all of that. And until we meet again, once again, color something pretty. Thanks, everybody.